Peter Phillips and Harriet Sperling are one day away from a private Cotswolds wedding, but the ceremony has become more than a simple family celebration. The latest reporting says the guest list includes close relatives, senior royals may appear, and several famous names are not expected to be there. So the real question is not just who is marrying whom, it is what this wedding reveals about where the royal family stands right now. For verified entertainment updates without the rumors, subscribe to Startline Entertainment. The wedding is set for Saturday, June 6 at All Saints Church in Kemble, a village in Gloucestershire. Peter is the son of Princess Anne and Captain Mark Phillips, the eldest grandchild of Queen Elizabeth II, and a first cousin of Prince William and Prince Harry. Harriet Sperling is an NHS nurse and mother, and this will be the second marriage for both bride and groom. That detail matters because this is not being presented as a grand, state-style royal spectacle. It is being described as an intimate occasion, centered on immediate family and close friends. But because Peter is so closely connected to the heart of the royal family, even an intimate wedding becomes a public map of relationships, loyalties, schedules, and absences. The latest public sighting came on June 5, the day before the ceremony, when Peter and Harriet were photographed at All Saints Church for what was reported as a rehearsal gathering. Their daughters from previous marriages were there, along with Peter's sister, Sarah Tyndall. That image gave the clearest sense yet of the day's emotional center. Not palace ceremony first, but a blended family preparing for a private church wedding. Peter has two daughters, Savannah and Isla, from his first marriage to Autumn Kelly. Harriet has a teenage daughter, Georgina, from her previous marriage. According to the latest reporting, all three girls were present at the rehearsal. Earlier this year, Georgina was also seen walking with Savannah and Isla during the royal family's Easter church outing at Windsor. That public moment made the coming wedding feel less like a sudden royal headline and more like a family transition already unfolding in view. Peter and Harriet's relationship first became public in 2024 when they were seen together at the badminton horse trials. Over the following year, Harriet appeared with Peter at major social and royal-adjacent events, including Royal Ascot. Their engagement was announced in August 2025, with a statement saying both families had been informed and were delighted. The King and Queen and the Prince and Princess of Wales were also informed of the engagement announcement. Now, 10 months later, the wedding has arrived. But the reason it is attracting so much attention is the guest list. Princess Anne is expected to attend her son's wedding, along with her husband, Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence. Peter's sister Sarah Tyndall and her husband Mike Tyndall are also expected, and Zara was already seen at the church ahead of the ceremony. The wider royal picture is more complicated. Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, are expected to attend, according to People. Prince Edward and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, are also expected, though the attendance of their children has not been clearly confirmed. For a private wedding, that means the final lineup may not be fully known until guests are actually seen arriving. King Charles and Queen Camilla are the biggest schedule question. They were likely invited, but they also have an official appearance on the same day at Bedford Derby Day at Epsom Downs. The Jockey Club announced that the King and Queen will attend the afternoon event as joint patrons. The wedding is in Gloucestershire, while Epsom Downs is in Surrey, around 100 miles away. That makes it possible for them to attend both, but the timing is tight. That clash is important because it explains why a royal absence would not automatically carry the same meaning in every case. Some absences may be about schedules. Others may be about family distance. Others may be about avoiding distraction. The public record does not support treating them all as the same thing. The most discussed absence is Prince Harry. According to reporting attributed to a friend of the couple, Harry was not invited because he and Peter have not spoken for several years and have lost touch. People reported that spokespeople for Harry and Peter had no comment. That means the careful wording is important. The lack of invitation is reported. The explanation comes from a friend quoted by Hello, and neither side has publicly expanded on it. This is still notable because Peter and Harry were once part of the same close generational group inside the royal family. Peter attended major royal events with William and Harry for years, and he appeared between the brothers during the funeral procession for Prince Philip in 2021. a moment widely noticed because of the public tension between William and Harry. Harry also attended Peter's 2008 wedding to Autumn Kelly, so his reported absence now is not just another missing name. It fits into a much longer public story about distance inside the family. The other reported absences are Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor and Sarah Ferguson. People citing Hello reported that they were not among the invited guests, with a friend saying their presence would be a distraction. This part of the story needs careful wording. Andrew was arrested in February on suspicion of misconduct in public office in connection with allegations tied to his former role as a UK trade envoy. He has denied wrongdoing, and as Reuters has reported, he has not been charged with a crime. Sarah Ferguson has not been accused of wrongdoing in connection with those allegations. That context is why the reported decision is being framed publicly as an attempt to keep the focus on Peter and Harriet, rather than on a separate legal and reputational controversy. But again, the most accurate way to say it is that they are reportedly not invited. A private family guest list has not been released as an official public document. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie are a separate question. They are Peter's cousins and the daughters of Andrew and Sarah. Public reports have suggested they could attend, but the final answer may depend on the day itself. Eugenie's pregnancy has also been reported as part of the timing conversation. What matters is that the daughters should not be treated as extensions of every headline around their parents. The public reporting has separated their possible attendance from the reported absence of Andrew and Sarah. The wedding is also historically interesting because Peter will become the first of Queen Elizabeth II's 8 grandchildren to remarry. Other grandchildren are married, including William, Harry, Zara, Beatrice, and Eugenie, while Lady Louise Windsor and James, Earl of Wessex, have not married. But Peter is the first in that generation to enter a second marriage. That alone reflects how much the royal family's public image around divorce and remarriage has changed across generations. Earlier royal history often treated divorce as a constitutional and reputational crisis. Today, the coverage is less about whether remarriage can happen and more about how a modern royal-adjacent family manages privacy, children, public attention, and family presence. Peter is not a working royal and does not carry a royal title, but his place in the family makes his private life part of the wider royal story. Harriet's arrival into that story has also been quieter than the attention around the guest list. She is not a celebrity bride in the traditional sense. Public profiles describe her as a nurse and writer with a strong focus on family and faith. Her public appearances with Peter have been steady rather than theatrical. Horse trials, Royal Ascot, Wimbledon, Easter Church, and now the rehearsal before the wedding. That is why the tone of this story should stay measured. The most meaningful confirmed development is that Peter and Harriet are preparing to marry with their daughters and close family around them. The guest list matters because it shows the current shape of royal relationships, but it should not erase the fact that this is still a wedding. The Startline takeaway is this: Peter Phillips and Harriet Sperling's wedding is being watched because it sits at the intersection of 3 public stories. First, it is a family wedding for Princess Anne's son and Queen Elizabeth's eldest grandchild. Second, it is a modern blended family remarriage inside a royal generation that has changed dramatically since the older rules of monarchy. And third, it comes at a time when royal relationships are visibly uneven, with some relatives expected, some uncertain, and others reportedly absent. What remains unclear is the final confirmed guest list. Because the ceremony is private, viewers should be careful about treating every expected attendee as guaranteed until arrival photos or official confirmation appear. It is also unclear whether the King and Queen will manage both the wedding and Derby Day, though the schedule makes that possible. For now, the clearest public update is that Peter Phillips and Harriet Sperling are set to marry on June 6 at All Saints Church in Kemble. Their immediate family has already been seen preparing for the ceremony. Senior royals are expected. Prince Harry, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, and Sarah Ferguson are reportedly not on the guest list. And as the royal family gathers, or does not gather, the wedding may quietly reveal more about the family's present than any formal statement could.